Happy Mother's Day. Hope y'all are having a fantastic day today. I got little buddy scratching at the door. You want this? You coming in? You coming in to get it? No. The minute I started talking, he knew I was in here doing something, so he had to scratch at the door to let me know he wanted something to eat. Just go figure that. He knows every minute, every day what I'm doing, seems like. Let's see, we got T. Sharon, we got Gladys, Connie, Joanne, Dennis, which is Stephanie, I assume, Susan, Shelly Edwards. Hello. Happy Mother's Day, everyone. I've had a lazy, restful, peaceful Mother's Day. Just me and little buddy because it's been raining all day. I was going to get together over at my son's, but he messaged me early this morning. He said, Mom, we're going to have thunderstorms all day. So he said, we're just going to put it off for a couple of weeks and wait for a good weekend when it's not raining, because I guess he was going to cook out on the grill or something. And his patio is not covered, so he'd be out there in the rain. He's got a nice concrete patio to the back of his house, but it doesn't have a roof over it. That's where he grows his tomatoes at. Oh no, Stephanie, so sorry. You say Uncle Dennis will not be getting his headstone. I was laid off at my job. Well, hey, there's still plenty of time. It's not something you got to do today, you know? I mean, you got plenty of time to worry about that. It doesn't have to be done right away. Yeah, I hope all of you had a restful, really nice Mother's Day today. It's been raining here all day long. So the sun's not been out. It's been gloomy, but it's been peaceful because the wind has not been blowing. It's just a calm rain, which I love it when it's, the weather's nice and it's just raining. Thank you, Stephanie. Said I sent you a thank you card and I sent you a birthday card. Okay, well, it'll probably get here, what, tomorrow maybe? And there's Derek. Hi, Derek. How is Derek doing today? You know what? I forgot to turn my notifications off on my phone. I'm liable to have phone calls coming in on my phone today, and I don't know if it would let me turn I don't think it will, because if I try to do anything on my phone, it's going to turn my video off. So I'm just going to have to leave it be, I guess. Oh, okay, Shelly. That's great. Your daughter's going to take you out to eat for Mother's Day. Well, how nice. Well, good, Derek. Derek says he's wonderful. And Gladys is kind of sweet as apple pie. And I don't know if Randy will make it. She sent me a message saying that she was trying to stay awake for the live, but she said she was about to fall asleep then. But that was like at 3:30, so I'm not sure if she got the times confused or thought it was still at 3. But I messaged her and told her, I said, well, the live is not until 6, so you got time to take a nap. My day was great, lazy, restful, peaceful. Listening to it rain. It rained all day long today. And there's Darling. Hi, Darling. I made a great big green salad with chicken, roasted chicken in it, and I made some garlic bread. That's what my lunch was today. That's what I ate today. Like I said, I was going to my son's, but he messaged me this morning. He said, Mom, it's going to be storming all day. So we're just going to blow it off until a weekend when it's nice weather. Because I think he was going to cook on the grill, and it's kind of hard to do that when you got to stand there with the umbrella over your grill, you know? Well, I picked some of my romaine cimarron lettuce, and so I made a fresh green salad with my own lettuce. I put all kind of ingredients in it. I put some roasted chicken in it. So that was my meal. You know, when you make a big old salad like I made, that's a meal in one right there. And then sorry about that. And then I fixed some garlic bread with it. Got your shorts out for summer and summer PJs and did some dishes. Well, that sounds like a plan. Texas weather is so unpredictable that I don't take clothes out and put them away different seasons. I leave the same thing hanging in my closet all year because at some time or another you're going to need it. So I don't pack anything away. Like today, it's cool, it's not cold, but I did put long pants on. I don't have shorts on. There's some days you need a sweater or a jacket because it's downright chilly. Other days it's 105 degrees, so go figure that. We got Betty Blue. I was going to make a wrap out of chicken salad and some lettuce, but I couldn't find the 2 packages Jess and I got yesterday. You sound like me. I come home, I put groceries up, and then when I get ready for something, I can't find it. I have to dig out the whole cabinet to find what I'm looking for. And then it may end up being in a different cabinet. I never could find an obituary for Dennis, even in the county obituary listings. I couldn't find it. So I don't know what I was doing wrong when I was looking it up. You think you left him in the car? Your son TJ made meatloaf, mashed potatoes, and spinach. Is making a cake now. Oh, that sounds good, Gladys. They're treating you well. And there's April. Happy Mother's Day, April. You can do either one, Susan. Sometimes I put mine in the fridge. Sometimes I leave it out on the counter. It'll keep better if it's in the refrigerator, but it's totally up to you. It depends on how fast you use it. And I use mine pretty fast usually. Thank you, Shelley. Happy Mother's Day to you as well. I know, but the county should have a permanent listing of deaths. You know, that type of thing that they don't that's that's not a cost that I know of. Maybe it is, but I thought anytime someone died in the county, they listed it as a death in the county. Yeah, I know it's expensive in the newspapers and stuff, but sometimes it's public county records and they list deaths in that county. Hi, Diana. How is Diana doing today? Happy Mother's Day to you. And then I forgot what funeral home to go to look at the obituary to see his listing, but and there's Lisa. Hello, Lisa. Happy Mother's Day. Be interesting if we have any gentlemen come into our Sunday get together today since it's Mother's Day. I got me 3 tacos to eat and I got my sweet tea listening to you. My Mother's Day was great. I mean, I was home, I was lazy, got well rested. I did a short video on garlic bread. It's been raining all day, so I haven't done anything outside. It's made me stay inside all day. And little buddy stayed in here part of the day with me. When it got a little bit bad outside, thundering and raining pretty hard, he came in. He was only in here for maybe an hour, though, and then he wanted back out. So he's outside now. Yeah, I saw Derek is here. I'm glad he showed up. Because, I mean, just because I said Happy Mother's Day on the title doesn't mean it's just for women. It's for all of our subscribers. I was just wishing everybody a Happy Mother's Day. Okay, good show, Susan. You're on your way to have you a nice deck garden. Yeah, I haven't seen Paul's. I haven't seen Too Tall Rob. Kai, where's Kai today? Maybe he took his wife out to celebrate Mother's Day since they have 2 little boys. Yeah, I know, but I knew Derek was here. I kind of excluded him, didn't I? You planted the 2 sweet potatoes. Well, good deal. Maybe they'll grow and produce you some potatoes. I wish I could get hold of some potatoes with the little eyes already growing on them. I haven't been able to find any in any of our stores. And sometimes when I buy the sweet potatoes and I try to grow the slips myself, the potatoes end up rotting and I don't have any potato plants. The eyes don't grow. Maybe I should just buy them, throw them in the cabinet, and leave them. Eventually, maybe they'll grow eyes to them. And yellow potatoes. Did you see my video on me digging my 3 totes of potatoes, Susan? That was just the first 3. And 2 of them were in the shade. So I think that's one reason they didn't produce more potatoes, is because they were in mostly shade. I think the potatoes actually need full sunlight all day. Oh, okay. That sounds like fun, April. Been invited to the party with the rock stars. Way to go. I think you got a begonia that was on clearance but looked really healthy. Well, good deal, Susan. Yes, did you know that our April socializes with rock stars. She really does. Real live rock stars. Yeah, I'm hoping that this all this rain on my little pepper plants coming up from seed, and all my other little plants that are starting to come up from seed, it gives them a jump start, and I'll have some healthy plants in a week or two to transplant somewhere. I've still got 5 or 6 more. Well, I know I got 5 more totes or 6 totes and 1 bucket of potatoes left that I've got to still dig. But some of those are not ready to be dug yet. I think there's 1 or 2 totes that are ready, but I haven't dug those yet. No, Sue, I mean, April really knows rock stars. Susan Dave Murray. Happy Mother's Day to you too, Diana. And there's Latrice. Well, thank you. Happy Mother's Day to you if you're a mother. Even if you're not a mother, happy Mother's Day. I don't know. Latrice. Thank you so much, and God bless your family and you as well. And there's lovely chrysanthemum flower. Thank you. Happy Mother's Day to you as well. I think you must be a new one for us. I don't remember seeing your name before. But welcome. We're glad to have you. Oh, guess what, y'all? You'll never guess what my Mother's Day present was today. Just before I went live, I hit 4,006 subscribers. Yeah, we definitely got new folks. We got several of them today. You still floating, Linda? Well, the yard's pretty wet. I'm not actually floating, though. You know where Gladys is at. She's our problem child. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I went on there to check stats and it hit like 3,097. I went back a little while later just before I went live and it hit 4,006 subscribers. So, woohoo! That was a nice Mother's Day present to jump over 4,000 subscribers on Mother's Day. I don't know what the temperature is here right now. It's comfortable. It's not hot. It's not cold. Let me see if I can bring the temperature up. It shows at 67 degrees. So you know that's not cold, it's not hot. It's just pretty much nice weather. You don't have to have a jacket on. Now if I was staying outside in the rain off and on, I'd probably want something on my arms, but now unless I was working pretty hard, then I'd be hot. But yeah, it's at 67 degrees here right now. It's going to be 81, 83, and 85 the next couple of days. And then we're going to get rain again Thursday, it says. And it'll drop to 72 degrees. But it's still going to be in the 60s, mid 60s at night. So the garden's going to love it. My garden will jump for joy. Yes, happy Mother's Day to all the silent viewers. We've got some, I know, because we got 36 people watching. And not all of those are in chat, so. Yeah, if I could, I'd do a subscriber dance, a happy dance. Woohoo, woohoo. You can tell I feel good and I'm silly. Your corn is already 4 feet tall. I didn't plant corn. I guess I could still plant some. I'm still undecided if I want to. I know I'm not going to plant potatoes in the first 2 tubs that I harvested because they get too much shade. I'm going to plant something else over there. But I'm debating when I dig the other ones that get more sun, if I'm going to plant another tub or 2 of potatoes for this summer. Because, you can dig them up and replant. That way you can always keep you a crop of potatoes coming in. I've got sunflowers over my head already. And my moonflowers are shooting 5 feet right now. Pretty soon they're going to be tall as I am. Yeah, it's going to be in the mid 80s here this coming week, but then it's going to drop back down Thursday because we'll get more rain. So that'll be good. It's going to be fantastic for the garden. I know it, Connie. I can't believe it. And I remember back when I first got started, I didn't know if I was going to hit 1,000. It was such a struggle. Such hard work to try to get to 1,000 subscribers. And then after that, it just seemed like it was a drop in the bucket every day. Russet potatoes, I've been getting eyes after 2 weeks. Yeah, sometimes you will. But I couldn't get my sweet potatoes that I would buy to get eyes on them because I wanted to plant some sweet potatoes. But I'll have to get more and try them again, I guess. I put the shade cloth up on the canopy top. I moved my cucumber vine that was fixing to grow up around the top of it. I moved it back to the other side of the garden because I decided I didn't want my vines to get all entangled in the top up there. The russet potatoes I've been getting eyes after just 2 weeks, my second round. Oh, see there, you had planted a second round of potatoes. And I still might. Like I said, I'm just not going to plant them over in the 2 first bucket totes that I harvested from because they're in the shade. I'll put something else that likes half shade and half sun over there. I want mine to form eyes. At least my sweet potatoes, and I can't get them to do it. It's really good. And the next time I fix the manicotti, I'm going to put a meat stuffing in the pasta noodles. I put cheese with spinach this time. And I should have added just a little bit more spinach. I didn't have quite 10 ounces. I should have picked more and I didn't, but oh well. It's still good. But next time I'm going to do a meat stuffing inside them. Yeah, I need to plant some. I want to plant some sweet potatoes. You almost changed your menu for tonight, Connie. Well, good. Well, all the instructions, there's so many recipes for manicotti, and most of them tell you to pre-boil your noodles, your pasta. And I can't do that. My pasta would tear all up. I just find it so much easier to get you a skinny, long spoon and stuff them without them being cooked. No, you plant them all the same way, Diana, because I planted the red potatoes, I planted yellow or the gold potatoes, and I planted white potatoes. So those other totes are probably the white and the gold ones. The first one, two that I dug were all mostly the red potatoes. Yeah, I divided it all up. So I planted three kinds of potatoes, but you plant them all the same way. The sweet potatoes are the only ones you do differently because usually they grow the slips and then you plant the little slip, which is a little sweet potato plant. Well, you know what? The manicotti is so similar to lasagna, it's ridiculous. And if I'd have put meat in the noodles, in the pasta, it probably would have been the next thing to a lasagna. Well, it was anyway. It was just like a cheese lasagna instead of the meat lasagna. Yeah, but I do it with a spoon. I found it just as easy to do with a spoon. Yeah, and it is yummy. I said I had to get me a big old salad in me today. Then I'll eat maybe a little helping of that manicotti later this evening because it's like 6 here now. Because that salad and my garlic bread was all I ate today, which was plenty of food. You're welcome, Diana. Yeah, the good thing about potatoes is you can grow them pretty much all year. I mean, I planted those potatoes in December. So I figured I could harvest them now, plant another crop for the summer, harvest them hopefully, and then plant another winter crop. But they did good this time. I was surprised and I was happily surprised with the results. I didn't expect as many potatoes as I got. And there's Ann. Hello, Ann. I'm so happy to see you in our live. Happy Mother's Day. And I hope you're feeling well. Yeah, and I've got to do something with some of my potatoes. I've still got the bowl of them up here. I brought them in and put them on the counter. And that's where they've been ever since I brought them in. I managed to fit them in this little bowl. Well, it's a big bowl, but you can see my potatoes in there. And I do have, there was a couple of little white potatoes or gold potatoes in that third tub that I dug, the last one. It half of it was planted in white potatoes or gold potatoes, and the other half was in the red potatoes. So I got both of them in that one. But I do think the rest of them are either gold or white. They may have more red ones. I'm not sure. I mix them all up when I plant them. I never know what I got till I dig them up. Well, thank God, Connie, that she does feel a little better. I'm hoping the doctors can take care of her problem and she'll be out of pain. Yeah, they are. And all the little tiny ones, I'm going to fix the old country way. I'm just going to put them in a pot, boil them, peeling it all. And then when they get cooked, I'm going to take them out and put them in a pan of grease and fry them. Oh, those homegrown potatoes are so good cooked like that. I could eat my weight in those little fried potatoes. It'll bring back days of when my mom and dad would harvest their potatoes, and my grandmother, they do them that way. Boil them first and then put them in a pan of grease and fry them till they're crispy all over the outside and then eat them. Oh my goodness. Well, thank you, Diana. Yep. they, they melt in your mouth. But I didn't want to harvest them all at one time because unless you got a cool, dark place to put them, dry place, they don't last as long as the other potatoes. I remember my dad, when he'd dig our potatoes, he'd take buckets full of potatoes and throw them under the shade tree in the backyard and just lay them out under that tree and let them dry. All the dirt would dry off of them, and when he'd get ready to pick them up and store them, I remember he'd pick them up and he'd brush each one off with his hand, get as much of that dirt off as possible, and then store them in either crates that had holes or bags, like burlap bags or paper bags, and then store them in a cool, dark place. And they last pretty long that way. Just don't wash them after you dig them. Unless you're going to cook them like I did. I washed mine and brought them in the house, and I'm going to go ahead and start cooking them. So I'm not going to worry about them spoiling on me. I'll have them cooked before they spoil. Broke in the mouth or broke the mouth. Yeah, if you can fit a cardboard box or some kind of a flat. See, I don't have that much space under my beds, that they're not that high. But I found I could take one of those flat storage boxes, the plastic ones, and it will slide under there. So if I get a cardboard box that's not any taller than that, I could put a box with level with potatoes and just slide it under there. If I have that many. We used to have a bakery called Broke the Mouth. Potatoes are my best friends, just to do potatoes. Yeah, I love potatoes any way you fix them. Fried, baked, boiled, mashed. There's so much you could do with potatoes, and I love every way you fix them. Put them in casseroles. One of these days you're going to come to my live, and my hair's going to be cut off. I fuss with it so much sometimes and say, I just need to cut all this hair off. Get tired of it. Yeah, and see, I usually save the bigger potatoes that I get out of the garden to either bake or cut up to make a potato salad or fries, home fries, something like that. And the little ones I just fry whole after I boil them. Yep, scalloped potatoes with bacon on top. That's good. They're so versatile. You can do so much with them, and I love potatoes on top of that. So got 37 watching, and I got 19 thumbs up. Gladys says, "No, no, no, don't cut your hair. I'll be mad at you." Well, I think my granddaughter and my son act like I'm not their mom or their grandmother with my long hair, because they're used to seeing me with my hair in layers. I mean, it was kind of long, but it was in layers and it wasn't just straight hanging down. I don't know. Oh, that sounds good, T. Sharon. Fried taters and onions with little smokies and Southwest corn salad. That was last night. Oh, that sounds good. Fried taters and onions was good for me. The other was just added bonuses to it. Oh, we're making April hungry. Well, I ate that great big salad this afternoon and did a video of it that I'll post in the morning. So I'm not hungry right now. I'm full of fresh green salad and garlic bread. I like doing a bird's nest breakfast too, grated potato line in a cupcake tin. Oh, okay. Well, did you see my breakfast in a muffin, Connie? Oh, those are so good. You know, you have your scrambled eggs, your sausage. You have your breakfast in a muffin. I mean, that's all you need for breakfast, that and a cup of coffee. You're good to go. And my son's always looking for stuff to make like that. So he'll have something he can grab in the morning to take to work with him for breakfast. And he'll get him a cup of coffee and sit down and eat breakfast when he gets there. And I told him, I said, you need to make you some breakfast in a muffin. I said, that recipe makes 18. You could take a couple of them with you to work. And if you didn't want to eat all of them right away, freeze part of them. Gladys says, Linda, you can cut it into a style. That's okay. Okay, Gladys, I got your approval on that, huh? Oh, I see, Diana. Yeah, but if y'all haven't watched that Breakfast in a Muffin, you need to watch it because, oh, that is such a good recipe. I got over half of those muffins in my freezer right now. I put four to a package and froze them, and I kept some of them out and ate them, you know, off and on. I didn't eat them all at one time, but they're good. And you just pop them in the microwave for a couple of seconds and warm them up. Well, hi, Leah. Happy Mother's Day to you, too. You must be one of our newbies. Welcome. We're glad to have you. Oh, your son called. He just got home from visiting you today. Well, so glad he got to visit with you, Anne. Feeling a little better? Well, I'll be so happy if the doctors can find some way to relieve the problem, that they caused from your surgery. They need to correct the problem is what they need to do. If they can figure out a way to do it. I used to get my mom so stressed sometimes. When I was a little girl, I used to wear my hair real long like this, all one length, because it was curly. All it wanted to do was frizz up. And I begged her and just worried her to death to cut me some bangs. I wanted bangs up here. She kept telling me, she says, Linda, they're not going to do right. They're going to curl. They're not going to hang down straight like these other girls do. Well, I wouldn't take no for an answer. She had to cut me bangs. Well, she cut them. And just like she said, they wanted to curl up. And if they come down, they wanted to flip up on the edge. They were not bangs like everybody else had. So I quit trying to have bangs. Very weak, can't walk very much, wheelchair when I'm out. Well, at least you're out and about, you're up, you're feeling better. That's the main thing. Hopefully you'll keep improving. Any improvement is good. Would iron their hair, yeah. My mom used to do that because my mom had curly hair like mine. And she said when she was in like high school, she remembers when they would literally take the old steel iron and heat it up, put their hair across the ironing board, and literally iron their hair. I said, Mom, you did. And she said, Oh, yes, we did. That was how we straightened our hair back in the day. Yeah, now we have straighteners. I never put straighteners on mine. I said, I probably wouldn't like it if it was completely straight. I've lived my whole life with frizzy hair. And then she taught me about that time. They didn't have pencils like we do. They wrote with ink pens. But I mean the real ink pens. They had the little uh, bottle of ink that went in a hole in the corner of the desk. And they dipped the pen in the ink and then they'd write. And they'd have to keep dipping it in, to write. And she used to wear her hair in long pigtails, braids, two of them. And the mean student boy that was behind her, he took her braids one day and he dipped each braid down in that ink. So, I mean, it didn't hurt her hair really, but she had blue tips to her hair. They were like 2 or 3 inches, like that much of a blue end to her hair until she trimmed it all up as it grew out so the blue was gone. I said, well, Mom, see here, you were modern back in the day. Look at the people today. They got every color in the rainbow in their hair. And you had blue tips to your hair back then. You were in style early and you didn't even know it. Yeah, the cake smells good. I smell a chocolate cake baking. That's something I'm going to have to do, I guess, is cook a chocolate cake. But I got to do it at a time when somebody's going to help me eat it. Yeah, cowlick. Yeah, so if I cut mine in layers, I just let my hair curl up. I'll shampoo it, towel dry it, and just let it curl. Wash and wear and go. I mean, it's crazy to fight Mother Nature. Sometimes you can't win. Mother Nature will prevail. Hot combs plate warning up in the oven and put it on their hair. I've never tried any of those. I don't know about a hot comb, but I know my mom said they used to iron their hair on the iron board with those steel irons, the ones that you put on, I guess, the stove to heat them up. Wow, yeah, I don't know what I'd do if my hair was that long. It gets much longer than what it is now, and I give up and I cut 3 or 4 inches off of it. I can't handle it being that long. I mean, it's on the verge of being too long right now for me. I want it to be manageable. I mean, it looked okay on Crystal Gale because she was a star, you know. She wanted to be different. And that long hair made her different. And there's Alfonso. Hello, Alfonso. Thank you for the happy Mother's Day wish. Yes, I am having a blessed day. We got Ashley Chapman. Happy Mother's Day. Yeah, I smell a good old chocolate cake cooking. I don't know what kind of cake he's cooking for Gladys, but I smell chocolate. I mean, that was the first cake that come in my mind when she said he was baking a cake. It's got to be a chocolate one. Yeah, that's right. I'm a brownie gal, T. Sharon says. Cookies and cream. April likes cookies and cream. I'm having a chocolate ice cream cone. Oh, that sounds so good, Ashley. Makes me want to run out to Dairy Queen and get me a blizzard or something. But I'm gonna take y'all with me when I go. I didn't want to go today because it's so rainy out. And there's Jose. That Jose must be a new subscriber. I don't remember seeing your name before, but welcome. We're so happy to have you. I'm having a fantastic day today. I hope you are too. Y'all say hello to Jose. Well, see, the weather that we have out here, it's so dry usually that my hair straightens out. It doesn't curl like it does in North Carolina because it's so humid back there. Oh my God, it's like you're walking around in a hot shower all the time. So my hair really curls there. But in here in Texas, it's usually so hot and dry, it doesn't curl, it straightens out. But on these rainy days, you can tell the humidity's in my hair. What happened to Susan? I thought Susan was in here. She's kind of disappeared. Yeah, anytime y'all want to see a certain video, just leave me a comment. And if possible, I might do it or I may not. Just depends. But you can put a request in. Now, I don't understand that. Why was Jose's comment deleted? All he did was say, "Hello, beautiful lady. Hope you're having a great day." That was nothing to be deleted or put in time out for. I would like to. I'm confused. And there's Wani Ben. I can't pronounce the names, but you're a new subscriber. Welcome. Okay, Connie. Well, I just put one in timeout for a minute anyway, too, myself, because I didn't see all those comments, but some of them were getting kind of iffy. It's Juan in Hebrew. Okay, Juan. Yohanan, it's Juan in Hebrew. So you got two names on here, huh? Yohanan and Juan. Yeah, I noticed your profile picture. Well, welcome. And Gladys says, Linda Connie Wright. Yeah, we don't want no sickos in our chats. You can either behave yourself or you'll get boosted. And there's Cindy. Hello. I got a shower, but I'm listening. Okay. You're entitled to take a shower, April. We'll let you. Yeah, I went ahead and blocked that last comment myself because I didn't. I figured he was heading toward saying stuff he shouldn't be, so I went ahead and got rid of him real quick. I don't want to stink at the party. Not when you're hanging out with celebrities and rock stars, April. And I'm not going swimming. No reason to disrespect. Nope, there's no reason to get in chat and try to disrespect anybody. Oh, I bet it does smell good, Gladys. It just come out of the oven. Mm. Yeah, I got me a warrior here in my live chat. She watches my live chats like eagle eyes. So if there's anything posted in my live chat that doesn't look appropriate, guess what? She gets rid of them real fast. You like to eat dessert first? Sometimes I've done that. But you know, I'm an adult and I cook my own food, so I can do that now. I can remember when I was little growing up, though, Mom might make a chocolate cake and we'll get to eat it, but we had to eat our dinner first. Eat what's on your plate, I remember Mama saying. Eat what's on your plate and then you'll get some cake. I made brunch today: French toast, casserole, cheesy eggs, bacon, fruit, and mimosas. That sounds real good. Yeah, you come into my chat, I'll guarantee you Connie's going to see it. If you're trying to say anything inappropriate or disrespectful to anybody in my chat, Connie will take care of you real quick. Gladys says, at my age, I do what I want. I pretty much do too, Gladys. Yeah, when you're grandma, you can do that. You can let the grandbabies eat cake for breakfast. You can do all those things with your grandbabies. That's why your grandbabies love you. They say, well, grandma lets me do this, or grandma lets me do that, or grandma lets me eat this. That's what grandmas are for. To spoil those grandbabies. I am too, T. Sharon. I've only got one grandchild. She'll be 21 in June. But if it was me, I'd let her eat cake for breakfast if she wanted it. Yeah, Connie's on the ball. You don't mess with Connie. Yep, Connie's there. She's got my back. I mean, all my other moderators are good too, but Connie's the best. She don't put up with any funny business. Give them sugar and send them home. and, then, and then all they want to do is play because they got all that energy from the sugar. I'm leaving. I'm hurt. What do you mean, Gladys? I know you got my back too. You're not going to let anybody come into chat and fool around. Gladys will get rid of you real quick. You ain't going nowhere, Gladys. I know you're kidding. But you know, that's what grandparents are for, to spoil the grandbabies. They're only little once. You got to spoil them. And there's Patty. Hello, Patty. Happy Mother's Day to you. I have a petunia flower that reseeded from last year. Well, how neat. I love it, Connie. My mom used to not let us have sugar after 3 p.m., but she would take my grandkids and feed them Coca Cola and bring them home. And she would say, "It's Grandma's revenge." Oh no, Patty's got COVID again. She's feisty. It's bad enough to have COVID one time, but not twice or 3 times. My goodness. Third time. Oh, wow. Yeah, I hope you get to feeling better soon. Maybe it won't go around the fourth time, hopefully. When my daughter was teething, I went over to my parents one day. It was on the weekend, I guess. And we had her in the high chair and she was eating at the table and she just wanted something to chew on because she was teething. And we didn't have a anything to give her to chew on. And my dad got up, come back. He went to the kitchen sink, washed something off, come back to the table, and he gave my daughter this little bone. She loved that little thing. And it was made just right so she could hold it. And the top of the bone was kind of flattened and rounded. And she could put it in her mouth and just bite on it to rub her gums on that bone for teething. I said, "Oh my God." I said, "You couldn't buy one that she would have liked better than that one." And it was a turtle bone. And I still have it. I've got it in my jewelry box. I said, it'd be something somebody goes stealing stuff out of my jewelry box, digging around and found a bone in the bottom of it. They never figure that out. They say, this crazy lady's got a bone in her jewelry box. Wonder what's special about a bone. Oh no, Patty. I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah, everybody needs to pray for Patty, pray for Ann, pray for Gladys, Connie. Everybody needs prayers. Where's Susan? She's disappeared. My kids loved a frozen washcloth for teething. I don't know, but that little bone, it was only about that tall, and the whole top of it was kind of rounded and flat, and it bent over. And she could hold the base of the bone and just put it right in her mouth and chew on the flat curved part of it. It made a perfect teething ring for her. Oh, you're here just not talking. Okay. I was afraid we lost you there. Looking up something. Okay. Sudan don't love us anymore anyway. Oh, you're having printer problems. I was watching videos this week on all of the Texas flooding. I couldn't believe it. Like Liberty County, a lot of areas all over Texas are flooded. Complete houses are underwater in some areas. Some areas only got maybe 2 or 3 feet of water, but it's enough to ruin everything you got in your house or in your yard or wash everything down the road from your house and, you know, deposit it on your neighbor's lawn. Show you the bone one day. I don't know if I could find it right now. Let's see. No. Y'all didn't think I could find it that easy, huh? But see, the bottom of it is just right for a baby to put their fingers around. And see the way the top of it is kind of flat and curved around? It was just right for her to put in her mouth. Hold it like that and put it in her mouth and rub her gums on it because it's smooth. And I kept it because I said nobody's going to ever believe that that was my daughter's teething ring, a turtle bone. But she loved that little turtle bone. I mean, you couldn't have made a teething ring that she would have liked any better than that one. It tickled my dad too to watch her with it. I know, isn't it cute? I just couldn't bear to get rid of it. I mean, I can just see her sitting there that day holding it and just sucking on it and rubbing her gums on it. Your grandmother gave frozen bagels. Yeah, that would do the trick. Yeah, but I keep it in my jewelry box. Who would have thought? that would make a teething ring for a baby. Because there's nothing on it to cut them or scratch them. It's real smooth. And there's Seabreeze just coming in. Happy Mother's Day to all in chat. Well, happy Mother's Day to you too, Seabreeze. Did she ever see it? What do you mean, when she was older? She probably doesn't remember it now. And I put it away after she got through teething. And she probably doesn't even know it exists, really. She'll know if she sees this live video, won't she? She'll probably say, my crazy mom. Yeah, that little bone has so many memories in it. You know, it's ridiculous. They could patent a teething ring by this little turtle bone. Because she sure chomped on it. She chewed on it, and she rubbed it, and she sucked it, and she had a time with this thing when she was teething. I just threw Oreo in the dog toy he got, and it went running happily. I know, but you know, there's just so many little memories in that bone. I couldn't bear just to throw it away. So I just threw it in my jewelry box. Like I said, nobody would understand it being there unless they knew the story behind it. They said, this crazy lady's got a bone in her jewelry box. Wonder what it's a bone from. Yep, it's always the simplest things, Patty. Yeah, my dad gave her that. She sat in that little high chair and she sucked on it and she rubbed her gums on it and she just had it in her mouth like it was ice cream. You could not get it away from her. You tried to take it away from her, she'd scream bloody murder. That was like a candy bar to her. Yep, her grandpa gave it to her. Digging the potatoes. Well, I'm glad you did, Seabreeze. It was getting a little hot and sticky out there because it was so humid. I mean, it's not hard digging potatoes, but when you're doing anything where you exert a little bit and it's hot, it'll get to you real quick. Gladys says, Linda, you put a smile on your face when you look at it. Cool. Well, every time I look at it, I can see her sitting there with it in her mouth, you know. It takes me right back to the very day he gave it to her. And he just sat there and laughed. He laughed at my daughter with it in her mouth. Because once he gave it to her, you couldn't take it away from her. Oh, she wasn't letting nobody take it away from her. Yeah, that's right, Connie. Alexander would stand up on the back of the couch, you know, turn and put her hands up on the back of the couch to keep from falling. And she'd wiggle her butt around like she was dancing. And I told my son, I said, she needs that song, Shake Your Booty. He said, there's no such song as Shake Your Booty. I said, oh, yes, there is. I said, that made a guy famous. And he still didn't believe me. I had to get on his computer and show him. I looked up Casey and the Sunshine Band, Shake Your Booty, and brought the song up so he could hear it before he believed me. And I was already singing it to her. I was singing, shake your booty, shake your booty, shake, 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 shake your booty. You know, that's the way the song went. He said, Mom, there ain't no such song as that. Well, I proved him wrong. I said, that song made that man wealthy. Who would have figured a little old silly song like that would have made him rich and would have become so popular? Oh, I got 49 watching, 36 thumbs up. That's doing pretty good. Well, I'm glad all of you enjoy my videos. I mean, that's why I keep producing them. I said I had my doubts that people didn't want to watch anything I had to do, but everybody seems to like them. And I get so many comments that telling me that I'm so down to earth. My stuff is not staged. It's not put on. It's not fake. AS Blind Made Production. Hello, Alfonso. I thought you disappeared. Please give 1,000 thumbs up and big bear hugs for Linda. Well, thank you, Alfonso. Gladys said, Casey and the Sunshine Band did shake his bottle. It was his booty. Oh, his booty. I looked at it wrong, Gladys, and I said bottle. It was his booty. James Taylor was just here on Maui. Oh, wow. Well, thank you, Patty C. I'm glad you like them. Oh, it shouldn't be depressing. I didn't actually celebrate Mother's Day, but I had a quiet, restful, peaceful day. That's so true, Connie. Just because it's older ways doesn't mean that the new ways are better. And you know what? I bet you could have give this to my daughter and you could have give her a little teething ring or something that was man-made that cost a couple of $100. And guess which one she would have kept? The little turtle bone, because that's the one she loved. She probably wouldn't even have put the one that cost hundreds of dollars in her mouth, but she loved this little turtle bone. It was just the right size for her little hand. And it let just the right amount go in her mouth to chew on. I said, nature made that little teething ring, teething bone. Gladys says I'm being good tonight. Well, I try to be real. I don't want to put on anything phony, false, pretend, make believe. I'm not going to cook a dish, stop a video, prep it up to make it look fantastic when it's not, if it isn't. I mean, you're going to see the real deal in my videos. If I mess up, you're going to see it. You're going to see my mess ups as much as you see the stuff that turns out good. But most of it I have cooked many times before, so hopefully it don't mess up. But you never know. There's always the first time, right? And I tell you, if my moonflowers keep growing, they're going to be over my head, y'all. Those things are a good 4 feet tall right now. And I'm only like 5'3", so they don't have much further to go. Can you make some flan? I don't know. I might have to check on that. We'll see. Well, that's good, T. Sharon, that you're teaching them that where food actually comes from. It don't actually come from the store shelf. And not everything is in a freezer. I mean, there's a whole process before it ever gets there. Yeah, I hope she does too, because I know she don't even remember that little bone. Because I put it away when she quit teething, and I don't think it was ever brought up after that. I put it in my jewelry box right from day one after she quit teething. And it's been there ever since. Oh, I didn't notice. If you did, Sheila. Exactly, Connie. It's how you treat people every day, how your everyday life is. It's not about how big your bank account is. Okay, Patty C. Have a good night. Have a blessed day tomorrow. You stay safe and well. I don't know, some of her ritzy friends, she might not want them to hear it. But guess what? I've already told her. It's going to be on national videos all over the world now on my live video. I can just see her. She'll sit there and listen to it and just shake her head like, I can't believe my mom. She'll probably laugh, but she'll shake her head and say, I can't believe my mom. Just like the time when she was like 13. We were ready for bed. I mean, it was still not late at night, but we'd already bathed and put our little baby jaw pajamas on. I had rollers in my hair, and she said, Mom, I'd so love to go down on the strip. And the strip is what they call going through town down to where the convention center is now. It used to be a marina, a fishing marina with a boat ramp and all that. The boat ramp's still there, but the fishing marina's gone and it's a convention center now. But that was the strip for all the teenagers. If you had a car or had a friend that had a car, you'd drive the strip down to the marina, and sometimes they'd park down there and just visit, chat, talk to one another. And I said, well, we can still go. Mama, we can't go like this. We're in our pajamas. I said, oh, yes, we can. I said, we're not going to get out or go in anywhere. We're just going to be in the car. So we got in the car in our little baby doll pajamas and my hair up in rollers, and we drove down through town went down to the marina and turned around, and we were laughing our butt off the whole time because we kept saying, "Oh my God, I hope I don't have a flat tire. I hope a cop don't pull me over. I hope this don't happen." This because we were in our baby doll pajamas. I said, "I don't want anybody to see us." So we were laughing our butts off, the whole time we were driving down there and coming back. Hi, Barb. Happy Mother's Day. I can still see her laughing that night. She was sitting in the front seat, passenger side, and she was just laughing. She says, "Oh my God, I hope a cop don't stop us or pull us over for something. Hope we don't have a flat tire and got to have help changing it." And we're there in our baby doll pajamas. We had fun. And she probably figured nobody but her mom would do something like that. But yeah, we had a good time. We didn't hurt nobody. Now, you remember the baby doll PGs? Yeah, little short ones with lace. We used to wear them all the time. But can you imagine, April, going with your 12, 13-year-old daughter riding the drag strip of Granbury in your baby doll pajamas, like at 10 or 11 o'clock at night? Just to see if any of her friends were down on the strip or down at the marina. And have your fingers crossed the whole time a cop don't pull you over for something. I could just see him walking up to the car, shining his light in and seeing us dressed in our baby doll pajamas, and he'd say, "Where you ladies going?" You know what I probably would have told him? I said, "Well, it kind of looks like we're going to bed, don't it?" Yeah, we had some good times. I used to do that when I was a teenager back in the 70s down Main Street. Well, that was Main Street. You go through the Main Street down to all the way out to the marina on the other side. And that was called their drag. That was their drag strip. I mean, they didn't race on it or nothing. That was just where they hung out. Especially on the weekends, they didn't have much else to do in this little town, so they'd just get out and ride the strip down to the marina and park, talk, hang out. They were all good kids. I mean, they didn't get in trouble or anything. I got wrote up by the police for taking my kids to. I I got wrote up by police department for taking my kids to Toilet Baker House. Sexy PJs. Well, those little baby doll pajamas were so comfortable to sleep in. You wore your PJs to drive kids to school. I know, but I bet it wasn't baby doll pajamas. I've seen several women when I used to drive my kids to school get out of their car and maybe open the back door for their kids to get out, and they'd have on long pajama pants or something. But these were little short ones like underwear, they were little bitty. You didn't have a whole lot covered. Well, here it's called Pearl Street, but that was the kids' drags. That was their hangout. Grandfather took us to Los Angeles, and we dressed in overalls with flip-flops, and we stood at the front Real Beaches department store and look up and say, Papa, never seen such a fancy store. My BB is 22 second. I don't understand that comment. You work for the PD? Yeah, I could imagine. Wear a pair of coveralls and go into the city and look at a store and act like you're ignorant and you've never seen a store like that before. This town has grown quite a bit since those days. I don't know if I dare ride the main street in PJs in baby doll pajamas now, though. Thank you, Pat. Happy Mother's Day to you, too. And for the birthday celebration, I went through StreamYard because a lot of people had made the comment that they wanted to get up on the screen. And then when we did that birthday celebration, I forgot to post the link at the top of the chat box and even mention y'all getting on the screen with me. I forgot. And nobody reminded me, so I guess everybody else forgot about it too. My birthday was the 7th, big 7 of May. Ty just shared your video. Well, thank you. No, mine is not the 27th. Mine is the 7th. Just 7. Just big 7. My brother's is the 27th, but mine is 7. I don't have any more baby doll pajamas. They don't even sell them anymore. And hi, Catherine. Happy Mother's Day. Welcome to our chat. Yeah, I'm a Taurus. Yep, it was last week, Seabreeze. We went live that Tuesday night. And I forgot to post the link so people could get up on the screen with me. And I guess everybody else forgot too because they didn't mention it. Okay, Anne, will you get rested up? Continue to improve. Have a good day tomorrow. Well, thank you, Catherine. Thank you, April. It just reminds me that I'm a year older. Sometimes I don't like counting all the years, but hey. You didn't see the birthday party? Well, you can go back and watch the rerun of it, replay of it. You found a pair at Family Dollar for $5, cut two piece, cute two piece, and turtles on them. How neat. I'm older than you, Linda. I'm only in my third. You're only in your 30s. I'm 40. I'm way past 30s, Alfonso. No, Catherine. She said I fell and broke my foot, so I'm chilling. That's about all you can do right now, isn't it, Catherine? Yeah, that all my videos are still up. You can watch any of the live replays. Sorry to say this, but you don't look like it at all. Well, thank you, Alfonso. And there's Kevin. Help, welcome, Kevin, and thank you for the Happy Mother's Day. April says she's 29 again. What is the history of the velvet cake? I don't know. I didn't know there was a history of the velvet cake or the red velvet cake. Kevin says, I'm 61 and feel it. I don't know what the history of the red velvet cake is, but it sure is a good cake. I don't know if it's Southern or not, but I know I've known about it for many years growing up. I don't know where a red velvet cake originated from. I'll look it up and see if there's anything on a red velvet cake. It says here a red velvet cake, a Southern classic or New York original. What gives it so rich? Its rich crimson color, and what type of icing is the right one? Well, I didn't think it. It says the birth of the flavor classic. The earliest velvet cakes date back to the Victorian times, when bakers in both the United States and England began to use cocoa powder to produce cake of a fine crumble texture, one that was much softer than the traditional yellow or white varieties. As the 1900s dawned in America, velvet style cakes, including mahogany cake and devil's food cake, became increasingly popular. A blend of two called velvet cocoa cake, the most direct relative of our modern red velvet. As bakers continued to increase the amount of unprocessed cocoa in their mixes, they began to inject brownish red hue in their final products. This inspired variations of velvet cocoa known as red regal and red feather cake, the recipe for which first appeared in Midwest newspapers during the 1920s. It said the reason cocoa causes reddening and the extent as to which it does remains under debate in the culinary community. Some, such as Bobby Lloyd, chief baking officer at New York's legendary Magnolia Bakery. It says, regardless of the source of its color, the version of red velvet cocoa cake is nowhere near as vibrant or modern cake's rich crimson color, which surprisingly plays no large role in its flavor. It said by the early 1940s, the dark red velvet cakes had intensified even more. This was rumored to be the result of an additional beet juice, a popular ingredient in baked goods at the time. Due to government food rationing during World War II to existing velvet recipes, the reddening can also be ascribed to the type of cocoa used in batters. Dutch processed cocoa refined less bitter versions of the natural cocoa. Cocoa became scarce during rationing, leading cooks to utilize other cocoa blends that reddened when mixed with buttermilk. It said recipe tinkering continued until 1943, when the Joy of Cooking classic cookbook introduced America to a dish called red velvet cake. Still, this wasn't the red velvet we know. Some claim that the version was under development almost 20 years earlier in New York City. It says Manhattan's Waldorf Astoria, a hotel whose storied kitchen also invented the brunch classic Eggs Benedict and namesake Waldorf salad, served one of the earliest modern red velvet cakes. It's not the first, while the hotel long claims to having served it first version in the 1920s. So it looks like there's a big old long history on red velvet cakes. More than I want to read right now. Very good, Linda. She is in it now. What are y'all talking about? I remember that cookbook. You use Roku here and phone to chat. Well, good for you. Yeah. That's what I've noticed. Your mind still stays young. I mean, in my mind, I feel like I'm still a young person, but when I go to do things, my body tells me differently. My mind says I don't want to look old. I don't want to be old. You are being thoughtful. Yeah, then we look in the mirror. It's like, oh my God, what happened to me? I used to look so much better. I used to be 40 pounds lighter. I have so many good desserts, but my top of all favorites got to be a good old German, not German chocolate, but a regular old chocolate cake like my mom used to make. She made her cakes from scratch, even the icing, and it was so good. That chocolate icing, oh, you could eat it with a spoon. Well, it said what I read, part of the time during rationing times during the war, they used beet juice for the red color. And some of the cocos that they put in it will turn it red, a reddish color. But they did use beet juice, and regular beet juice, if it's the red beets, they die. You can die with that red beet juice. It'll stain your sink red. It'll stain your hands red. I'm old enough, Kevin. That's the only thing I don't particularly like about gathering beets when you go to pull them and cut the leaves off of them and get them ready to cook them, is that beet juice gets all over your hands and your hands are red. You don't look old, Linda. Well, thank you, Diana. And there's the vegan menu. Well, happy Mother's Day to you as well. Okay, sorry, that's good for me. If you've been watching all my videos right back from the very first video, you'd know how old I am. You wouldn't have to ask. I put on some long dresses that I usually wear in the summer. Just wear instead of a pair of shorts sometimes to look a little bit nicer. Those things were so tight on me, it was unreal. So, oh my God, I'll never be able to wear those out in public. I look like a sausage stuffed in a casing. Yeah, it was beet juice. It wasn't any chemical that would hurt you. It was the different types of cocoa powder they used. Some of them turned it red. And if they needed to dye, they used beet juice. I mean, there's so many foods. That's where all of our different dyes came from, is foods. Like blueberries. You can take blueberries and dye fabric blue. There's a lot of different plants that you can dye stuff with. Yeah, I'm quite a bit older than what I look. Most people don't believe my age because they say, well, you don't look it. Well, I said, well, thank you. I don't want to look it. Sometimes I don't think my son likes it that I look so young. Because, like I said, years ago when I went to his job one time, I don't remember what I had to go by there for. But they all knew my son was married. They knew his wife, Stephanie, because she had been to the job before. And I went there after my job had ended that day for some reason. And he was out there talking with me. Well, when he went back in the shop, the worker said, man, what are you doing bringing your girlfriend to the job? We all know you're married. You shouldn't be doing that. He said he laughed hysterically because they didn't believe him when he even told them that that's not my girlfriend. That was my mom. I had really blonde hair then. And it was short and layers, with the flipped up edges. I used just Pond's cold cream. I've used it my whole life ever since I was a teenager because that's what my mom used. That's what my grandmother used, and that's what I use. Nothing special, just Pond's cold cream. When I shower or anything, I moisturize with that, and that's it. Yeah, beets help with circulation. The vinegar content that you pickle beets with helps with arthritis pain and different joint pains. We are now in the middle of a huge thunderstorm. Oh no. Like I said, it's rained here all day, but we really haven't had bad weather. I mean, it's not a big storm with blowing wind and all that. It's just rained all day. It's really good. It's a really good product, Pond's cold cream is. It's not that expensive usually, and it's a really good product. And it's been on the market for as long as I can remember. My grandmother swore by Pond's cold cream and lanolin. She used to get pure lanolin in little bitty, almost like Blistex little containers. She used to get lanolin, pure lanolin in that. And that was great just to rub a little bit in your hair once in a while. And it didn't make your hair greasy or anything because it soaked in. You didn't even know it was there, but you could tell a difference in your hair. Yeah, you should pay attention to what your mom did because whatever she was doing was probably right. I was reading today that celery cleanses the liver. I've never read that, but I wouldn't doubt it, Catherine. Yeah, I use it to take makeup off sometimes, like mascara or eyeshadows, foundation if I wear any, which I hardly ever wear it. But I usually take tissue and moisten it in the Pond's cold cream and then wash my face with it. And it gets all the makeup off. And it leaves your skin moisturized too. Oh, you're allergic to it. I'm not allergic to it, so but it is a good product if you're not allergic to it. Yeah, you don't need a lot of these fancy, expensive moisturizing creams. Just get you some good Pond's cold cream. And now today they've got so many different versions of it. They've got one for dry skin, one anti-aging Pond's cold cream. They used to they just had one plain simple Pond's cold cream and that was it. Now they got several different versions of it. I just after I shower, I take some on my fingers and I just rub it in my face and leave it. It soaks in. It doesn't stay greasy. But I just leave it on. I don't wipe it off. But I don't put it on real thick either. I just put enough on that, I wet my whole face with it and then it soaks in. I know, too many choices. You go crazy trying to figure out, well, which one of these should I get, you know? I like just the basic Pond's cold cream. Don't give me 100 different choices. That blows my mind. Just like the Prel. I use Prel shampoo and conditioner because of my allergies. It's the best I can use. And now they don't stock it in the store, but you can order it online from Walmart, and that's where I get mine. But they don't have just one basic Prel shampoo and conditioner anymore. It's all divided up into different ones. So you just have to go through trial and error and figure out which is the best for you. And I guess I lucked out because the first time that I ordered a different version of Prel that's supposed to moisturize and all that, help out with dry skin, dry scalp, it worked great, and that's what I've been using ever since. In fact, I need to order some more of it now. I can order the bottle of shampoo and the bottle of conditioner, and it lasts me several months. And I mean, I shampoo my hair about every other day at least. Sometimes I have to get in there and take a shower twice a day if I'm out in the yard working because I sweat so much my hair is all wet. I know it makes shopping a task when you got too many choices, you don't know which one to get. But all these shampoos and conditioners that have all this perfume in it, it itches my head so bad. It drives me crazy. It's like I've got the mad itch. But once I went back to using my Prel, it stopped. I'm not bothered with that anymore. Well, even Prel, they have a Prel for oily skin, oily hair. I have to get one for the dry because my scalp is so dry. Coconut oil. Well, see, I'm kind of stay away from coconut oil because I'm allergic to it. I'll break out in hives if I use that. I know because I broke out in hives from coconut oil before. It was the base of some medication that I rubbed on my skin, and after 3 days, I broke out in hives, and the pharmacist said it was the coconut oil. No, April is in Hawaii. I'm in Texas. She's a long way away from me. Darling is in Pennsylvania. But yeah, the Prel for dry skin, moisturizing shampoo and conditioner is the best I found to use for my situation because I have so many allergies to all these other shampoos and conditioners. And my granddaughter's the same way. Her mom has allergies to the shampoos with perfumes and all that stuff in it. So that's one thing I know not to ever buy my granddaughter's perfume for her birthday or Christmas because she's allergic to all of it, just like me. I've never tried goat milk soap. Makes your skin really soft. Well, I want to talk about medicine and what it has done to me. Oh, I can't imagine, Kevin. I can't either. I'm allergic to everything out there, basically. I can't even be around somebody else wearing some of it. I'll start sneezing and coughing and gagging. Aveeno. Goodness, we've been on here for 2 hours already. I think I paid about $20 for both of the Prel shampoo and conditioner, but it's big bottles. It's bottles about the size of this. See how many ounces in this 16-ounce water bottle. They're about that size, so they last a pretty good while. Oh, you are blessed, Sheila. If you have no allergies, oh, honey, you just don't know how blessed you are. I'm allergic to everything. I'm allergic to the air. I'm allergic to some foods, but I eat them anyway. Linda, do you know of anyone that does canvas print? I've looked everywhere, but they're very expensive. I'm looking. Get a photo of my model train printed on canvas. I don't know. I found somebody online. I don't remember who it was. I had did a painting of my granddaughter when she first started walking around, holding on stuff. And I wanted to give a copy of it to my son for Christmas one year. So I looked up online someone that could take the photograph and put it on canvas. And it cost me, I don't know, $250 or more to get it transferred to canvas. But it was a big one. I mean, it wasn't a little tiny one. It was a pretty good sized canvas. And they hung it up at the head of their bed in their bedroom. And when my granddaughter was little, she'd walk in the bedroom and she'd say, "Mama, who's the baby? Who's the baby?" And it was her. I've got the original here, but I did give him a copy. I mean, I'm not no great artist, and I know people could have been done better, but it was just the fact that I did it. It looked pretty decent. And I said it was just a moment in time. I had taken a photograph of her. And I said, man, I want that on a big canvas or a picture. So I didn't actually copy the picture, but I used the picture as my guideline and I painted it on canvas the best I could remember how she was standing and everything. Because the photograph wasn't exactly like the picture. I changed it up a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. I know they make enlargements of photographs and stuff. I've never checked to see if they do canvases. They probably do. There's probably a lot of places. You just need to check around, check online, do searches and see what comes up and compare prices. Walmart may even do them. I have no idea. I know they enlarge pictures and you can copy pictures there. So they probably put them on canvas too. Yeah, and that was an 8 by 12. Mine was like, oh my God, it was 20 inches or more. And then it was pretty tall. Or it was, no, it was wider. Um, this laptop is 15. It had to be 25 or 30 inches long and then pretty tall. And it cost me almost $300, just a little under $300 to get it transferred to canvas. So I have no idea what it would be now for one that big. I've heard that too. In some areas, there's a bunch of them that have already closed. And there's a 99-cent store like in California. I think a whole chain of them are going out of business. We don't have a 99-cent store here. The closest thing we had to that was the Dollar Tree, and everything in theirs went up to like $1.25 or more. I mean, you can spend $5 and $10 on stuff in there now individually, but they still have pretty good stuff at reasonable prices, compared to what prices are everywhere else. Kevin says I've lived all over the world. Yeah, I wanted to give him the painting, but I wanted the original myself. So I just transferred it to canvas and gave him the copy. It's a 1.75 here in Colorado. I don't know what that was. No Air Force brat. So you traveled with the Air Force. My dad was in the Navy, but we didn't really travel around base to base. He was stationed out of New York City or out of Wilmington, North Carolina, and he was in port in New York a lot because that's where he met my mom and they got married. And I've lived in New York and I've lived in North Carolina, so we kind of flipped back and forth from one state to the other, but we didn't really travel around to different states, where he was stationed or anything. He was just basically stationed out of Wilmington, North Carolina. But when you're on a battleship, you're out in the ocean all the time. You're not on land. You're not on a base anywhere. You're on that ship. That's your base. We have a General Dollar or Dollar General. We have the Dollar Tree. We have Five and Below. Which is which is basically like a dollar store or General Dollar. I don't go in there very often though. I've been in there probably 3 times in the last couple of years that it's even been open. We got too many stores in Granbury now, too many choices. Well, thank you, Kevin. God bless you and your family as well. Really, Catherine, I haven't noticed that. Has anyone noticed that when you make a comment or some things you can get some really strange comments back? And have not noticed that happening. Yeah, I love going to the Dollar Tree, dollar stores too, but I usually get all my little black buckets from the Dollar Tree because they're only $1.25 a bucket. Can't buy them that cheap other stores, at least $2-3 or more for that same size bucket. And I think they've got totes now, like 10-gallon totes, like my 18 gallons. I haven't been in there and saw them, but I know of somebody buying some at a Dollar Tree. I don't know if they have them in stock here in Granbury, though. I haven't looked. Yeah, everyone has their own opinions, April. That is for sure. Well, y'all, we've been on here for over 2 hours. Y'all getting tired of chatting? Connie says organizational items are a great bargain. Yes. And they think they're right. Yeah, unfortunately, everybody thinks they're right. Hey, Linda, please record trip to store. It will increase your views. Which store would you like for me to record? I went to Walmart a couple of times and videoed in there, and Home Depot as well. And usually there's so many people in this one here, I can't take the camera out. I'll have people in the video up and down every aisle, and the store owner may not like that. Walmart, well, I've done it in Walmart before. I had to go to Walmart yesterday just to get allergy meds, which is Zyrtec. I had to get my eye drops, the Zaditor. I had to get olive oil, just one thing or another that I was out of, and I spent $110. It's like, oh my God, and I didn't even get food. I said, thank God I've got this generous um, anonymous giver that sends food every once in a while, because, oh my God, I couldn't afford to buy all that. Just going in there buying toilet tissue and allergy medicines and stuff like that drains my bank account. Well, in the beginning, we had the regular Walmart that I worked at years ago, and then years later, we ended up with the Super Walmart, which everybody loves Super Walmart because it's your one stop shopping place, really. We don't have a Costco here. I think you got to go to Fort Worth to go to Costco, either Fort Worth or Dallas. And I've never been to Costco. Exactly, Connie. It would be awfully boring if everybody were the same. I've been thinking about that the other day. They still have the old original jail here in Granbury, and it's basically like a museum or historical spot. They've got the graveyard where Davy Crockett is supposed to be buried. Yeah, and I've got to plan me a fishing trip. I'm way past due on my fishing trip. She caught a man last time. And I guess he's still swimming around out there, April. I don't know. I haven't seen him since that time. Because he doesn't know where I live. Thank goodness. I know. I'm kidding too. Okay, yeah, and I've got to get off of here because we've been on here way long enough. We've been on here for over 2 hours. So, again, I'm going to wish everybody a happy Mother's Day. All of the men, you have a happy day as well. A happy Man Day. And I'll see you on my next one. Love each and every one of you. I so enjoy my chats with everybody. I guess that's why I stay on here forever. I can't stop chatting with everybody. Aloha, April. Y'all have a blessed night. We'll see you on the next one. Bye now.